Hey, what is going on, you ego-inflated Eevee? I'm finally back from my holiday break over Christmas, and some new cards got revealed while I was gone. So coming at you with a short video today, just going to be taking a look at them, going over them, giving my thoughts on what I think is going to be good, what I think is going to be bad, what I think is going to be mid. But before we go ahead and take a look at them, I want to let you all know that Full Grip Games is having a New Year sale, 15% off site-wide. That's right, everything on the site right now over at fullgripgames.com. Link will be in the description. Be sure to go check them out. It's 15% off, and the coupon is applied automatically at checkout, so you can't mess it up, and you can't forget. It's as simple as going over there, buying something, and then getting 50% off and saving. So make sure you take advantage of that while you can, and let's go ahead and take a look at these new cards, and I'll give you my thoughts. All right, we're going to be starting off with the Gardevoir EX line. The Ralts isn't anything special, so we're going to take a look at the Curlia for the psychic attack that it has for Psychic Calls. It does 60 damage plus 20 for each energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. So a good potential 2-hit KO Pokemon to have in the Gardevoir deck. Either you can set up a 2-hit KO or clean up a knockout, something like that, potentially with Psychic. So solid attack on the Curlia. And of course, the main card revealed out of these new cards that were revealed is the Gardevoir EX. It's got 310 HP. It is on a stage 2 Pokemon, but that HP is rivaling the VMAX Pokemon's HP. So a lot of HP. And then the absurd part about this card, the broken part about this card, whatever you want to call it, is the Psychic Embrace ability as often as you like during your turn. That's the important part. The first time I read this, I didn't realize it was as often. I thought it was once during your turn. As often as you like during your turn. You may attach a basic Psychic Energy card from your discard pile to one of your Psychic Pokemon. If you do, put 2 damage counters on that Pokemon. You can't use this ability on Pokemon that would be knocked out by the 2 damage counters. So you can't KO your own Pokemon with this ability, but you can also use it as often as you would like. So if you have a Gardevoir in your active with no energy on it, you can use the ability 3 times. You will do 60 damage to yourself, which will bring its big 310 HP down all the way down to 250, which definitely gets it more in range to be one-hit KO'd. But if you like attach return, maybe use the ability twice, you're only looking at 270. Get some other kind of healing buff or healing HP boost cards involved. Maybe you could get up to a little bit higher. But yeah, this is an absurd ability. By the time this card comes out, I'm not sure. That's when rotation is going to be happening. So I'm not sure what we're going to have available as other psychic attackers for the Gardevoir. But there is a bunch of other Gardevoir cards or cards in the Gardevoir line that we currently have in format. Some of them will be rotating, I believe. We have like the Gardevoirs that like draw 2 cards. We have the Gallade that searches your deck for a supporter card. We have the Curlia that has the good old school water duplicates that Frogadier used to have, where for a Psychic Energy, you search your deck for up to 3 Curlias and just put them on your bench. So there's a lot of tools in the Gardevoir line we currently have that if they're around, if they survive rotation, I'm actually not quite sure if they do or don't. I'm not sure what we're losing to rotation exactly. I never am. I never keep up with that stuff year to year. Just whatever I can't use on PTCGO after rotation happens. And whatever I can use is what I know we have and don't have. That's how I keep track of what's rotating and what's not. So there's a lot of things that are currently very good in the Gardevoir line that we might have when these cards come out and rotation happens. You combo that with this actual Gardevoir EX with this absurd ability, plus some maybe other psychic attackers. You don't have to just attack with stuff in the Gardevoir line, of course. You can include other psychic Pokemon in this deck because it does accelerate basic psychic energy from your discard pile to any of your psychic Pokemon. You don't have to put the 2 damage counters on per psychic energy you put in play on a Pokemon, but this ability is absolutely absurd. It's probably one of the best abilities that we've ever had in Pokemon. The question is just going to be, are the psychic Pokemon that we have to pair with the Gardevoir strong enough to keep up with the other strong decks in the format? The other 2 cards to talk about that were revealed is the Great Tusk EX and the Iron Treads EX, which are both forms of Donphan, I believe. For fighting, we got the Bedrock Breaker for 40 damage to discard a stadium card in play. So a nice 1 energy attack. If there's a lot of good Pokemon in the format, a lot of good basic Pokemon in the format that are weak to fighting, you could pick up some early knockouts with that potentially. The second attack is okay. It's for fighting. It's got the Great Tusk or Giganto Tusk. 250. This Pokemon does 50 damage to itself. So it does have 250 HP on a basic EX, which is quite a bit of HP to be honest, but when you're doing 50 damage to yourself, that does kind of bring it back to a more reasonable one-hit KO range. I don't actually know if the new fighting tool we're getting reduces the damage that your fighting Pokemon take, so then it could reduce the damage that you would do to yourself with this attack, or it might only be from attacks from your opponent. I'm actually not 100% sure on that, so I'm gonna look into that, because if it is reduce the damage that any of your fighting Pokemon would take, then it would reduce the damage you're doing to yourself, make it only 20, and then you're also reducing the damage you take from your opponent by 30. But if Gardevoir really is as good as it seems like it might be, the Great Tusk probably won't be great because it is weak to Psychic. And the last one we're talking about, probably the worst of these 3 EXs revealed, is the Iron Treads EX. For Colorless, it's got the triple laser attack. I remember this attack being on a Registeel EX back in the day, long time ago. I don't even remember the black and white era, I think. They have EXs in the black and white era? I don't even remember. There was a Registeel EX that had a triple laser attack for 3 colorless energy. It did 30 damage to 3 of your opponent's Pokemon. Seems that they didn't want to make that attack any better with the increase in damage and HP of Pokemon in the current the current day and age of Pokemon. Triple Laser still does 30 damage to 3 of your opponent's Pokemon for 3 colorless energy. So not going to be great, I don't think. That's a big investment to only do 30 damage to 3 of your opponent's Pokemon to put a 220 HP EX into your active. I don't think it's worth it to use Triple Laser. Now, the other attack won't leave your Iron Treads in the active, but at a cost of metal, colorless, I don't think you're going to be wanting to use the Cybernetic Wheel attack either to do 160 damage just to switch this Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. So, I definitely think the Iron Treads EX is definitely a dud. The Great Tusk might be a stud. It doesn't seem like it, but the Gardevoir EX is definitely a stud. It's probably the best card that we've seen from the EXs so far. I can't think of a better one than this. Magnezone was all right. Magnezone, of course, does have that really cool item card coming out that works with Lightning Pokemon. That'll definitely make it better than it is on its own, of course, but we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, Gardevoir seems good. Magnezone seems good. The Donphan hybrid Pokemon, whatever these things are, don't seem as good. And that's going to do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give it a like, subscribe. I'll catch y'all in the next one.